Welcome to another Scottish Watches video. This time we have Simon from James Port & Son in Glasgow, and he has recently become an authorised dealer for the Hamilton brand. Hamilton are around for a very long time, now part of the Swatch Group, and they have got everything from the khaki field right the way through. They've got limited editions, they do tons of things when it comes to movie tie-ins. They've had Men in Black right the way through to Interstellar. And on the desk here, we just have 3 examples that are completely different from each other. So what one will we look at first?
Why don't we go for the chrono on the left,
Right,
Intra-Matic
okay.
chrono. This watch is probably the watch that drew my attention to the brand.
Okay.
It just caught my eye. I just think it's absolutely beautiful. So it's a reissue of a 1970s kind of Chronomatic 40mm. It's got H31 chronograph movement for £1,930, which is it's pretty good value
That's pretty
for an
good.
automatic chrono.
If we're looking at different brands for a chrono automatic, how much would a Doxa chrono be?
2.5.
There you go.
Yeah.
And Hamilton have got, Doxa have got great heritage, but Hamilton is a longer established brand.
Even a Seiko Presage chrono's $2,000, 1995. So great value. It's based on an ETA Valjoux 7753 Panda dial, 40mm. The proportions are beautiful. I love the buttons.
Yeah, it's got that vintage button arrangement with the pushers and whatnot.
Yeah, the whole Hamilton range is just, for us, it just seems very good value. Quality's obviously there, and the movements are there.
And what other Hamiltons have you got in the range that you haven't taken along with you today?
The biggest, most popular range probably is the khaki field. You know, everyone who thinks of Hamilton think of that, or the Ventura, the
Men in
Elvis,
Black watch, the
Men in
Elvis
Black,
watch.
the Elvis watch,
No, that is stunning.
and
Love
under
that.
your very good quality cameramanship, you can see the concentric circles in the Panda dials.
Yep.
I mean, it really is. It's beautiful.
No, it certainly does work. That is a really nice looking watch.
We've only had this a couple of weeks, and this is the 3-hand version of the Intra-Matic.
Right, okay. And what's the story behind this
So,
guy then?
It's just an additional model into the American Classic collection.
How much is this one?
This one is 865.
Okay.
And good price. It's the H10, so it's automatic, 80-hour power reserve, and it's got the new anti-magnetic alloy Nivacron mainspring.
Vintage inspired looks at a decent price with all the modern benefits of not buying vintage off eBay and wondering if it's going to work or how much it's going to cost to service and repair. Very nice. And what size is this one? Oh look, there's your wee face on the back. Hi Simon. How much sorry, what's the size of this
That's
one?
a 40.
Right, okay.
So they're both, I should have said, both have different dial options. They've actually just brought out the chrono and a Milanese bracelet as well.
These available to buy online, or is it in store only for these ones?
No, we've got a website, so it's james-porter.co.uk. So they're online currently.
Excellent, because I know some brands are a little bit iffy about if you're allowed to, if you're not allowed to sell online.
Most of your viewers, listeners will be aware, Hamilton is the most worn watch in the movie world.
That is correct. Yeah, I think they started the ball rolling with Hollywood way back, and they've continued that on right the way through. I think the most recent, as of recording, is the Tenet watch.
Which we have one coming to us, actually.
Nice.
We managed to get one, because I think they were all pre-sold.
Yeah, Rick managed to get his hands on one. I did get some photos of it, but I didn't manage to get a video. It's a big chunky beast, whereas this one's actually quite wearable. And this is from Interstellar, this one?
So that's the one that they call the Murph. So it was worn in the main character. I think Matthew McConaughey gave it to
His daughter
in the movie, yeah.
Yeah.
And so it's got on Morse code on the second hand Eureka.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Don't know whether your lights will pick that up. Again, it's the H10 movement, the same as in the Intra-Matic, 80-hour power reserve, 42mm.
Oh, it's a 42.
Yeah.
I didn't realise that. Is this limited edition or is this general release, this one?
No, general release. So there's the bracelet version. Well, it's not the same, but it's the one in the movie that he wore is, we do have that model in stock as well. So the good thing about Hamilton is they've got something for everybody. There's nice ladies' watches. There's a nice new collection. The Jazzmaster range that I've got, open heart, skeleton dials.
And obviously the ones we mentioned earlier, like the Ventura range.
Yeah. There's the khaki field, the khaki aviation, the khaki dive. So there is something for everybody. I've got some lovely dress watches as well. £400 or £500 quartz.
Yeah, it's right across the range. and you don't have to spend a lot of money to get a good watch when it comes to Hamilton. Great looking watches, obviously from a big industrial powerhouse that is the Swatch Group. They know what they're doing when it comes to building timepieces that work, good warranties,
a lot of
high
history,
quality,
good history to the brand.
Yeah, originally an American company, this one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because we had an interview with R.T. Custer from Vortic Watches, another court case with this mob. Basically, they were taking old 100-year-old pocket watch movements and bringing new life to them. Hamilton weren't exactly happy about that, but hey, that's a story for another day, and you can check that out in the podcast as well. But no, these are absolutely fantastic. I'm really liking this guy.
Yeah, that would be my choice.
Yeah. Well, we will put some, already, if by the time you've listened to this part of the show, you'll have seen the close-ups of all these guys here. And if people want to find out more, what's the web address for people to go to again?
james-porter.co.uk or Instagram, James Porter and Son. Because believe it or not, we're the only independent retailer of Hamilton in Scotland.
So you know more.
We know more.
We know more.
Nicer to deal with.
Nicer to deal with, even if you do say so yourself. Now, if you haven't been to James Porter and Son in Glasgow, we talk about them in the show all the time because they've been instrumental since day one with Scottish Watches. It's where me and Rick first kind of met at one of the Red Bar events, and you guys are obviously quite heavily involved with Red Bar meetups, obviously when there aren't lockdown situations in play. And as I've mentioned on a couple of the videos that we've recorded today already, your Instagram account has really caught fire in the last sort of 6 months or so. You've got a member of staff who knows exactly what he's doing when it comes to camera work, and you've built a little photography studio, and you've got the best of gear in there. So if you think this video is good, you need to check out their photography and their lifestyle stories. Instead of just, here's a watch, you've got staff that take the watches out to mountainsides, to valleys, to where you would actually want to wear a mechanical watch. That's fantastic. Thank you for bringing these three along. There are many more to check out on the website, the ones you've mentioned there. So go do that just now. Check out the rest of our videos. Be sure to subscribe because we have a lot more coming soon. So thanks a lot, Simon. We'll catch you soon.
Thanks for having me.